The only thing that can stop the Georgia Gym Dogs is themselves. And as the Auburn Tigers learn, that isn't going to happen. We'll have all the highlights next.
And the Dogs' deed is done. They were the best. They really stood out. They put it all together when it counts, and that's what the sport's all about.
And that just may do it for Georgia here tonight.
Wow.
The Gym Dog Show is brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Yocklin. Welcome to the Gym Dog Show. With me today is Associate Head Coach Jay Clark. We just returned from Auburn University, where we beat the Auburn Tigers despite 3 falls from the balance beam. Our team is now 12-0, undefeated on the season, still ranked #1, and for the 2nd consecutive week, we're ranked #1 in the country on all 4 events. We're doing great. What do you think, Jay?
Well, I think this meet was a very positive meet on a lot of fronts, but it also demonstrates the fact that we do have enough depth to be able to have a final rotation the way that we did and still be able to come out with a victory against a quality team like the Auburn Tigers is a testament to the depth of our team, and I think it's just, hopefully it's not a sign of things to come, but it is a good thing to kind of have to go through and to understand just how good we can possibly be.
We can be so good. I mean, we started out in Auburn with our best score of the year and the best score in the country on the uneven bars. Went on to vaulting and did a good job there. Sort of had an average performance on floor exercise, but as we've alluded to, that balance being nailed us with 3 girls falling off. Again, we came out with the win, but we started out strong, so let's look at the uneven bars.
Up first here for us on the uneven bars, Nikki Childs. This was probably one of the best routines of the night, if not all year, from her. So it's a giant 1.5 right on top of the bar, exactly the way you want it done. Beautiful ginger in between the bars. Half pirouette to a pack salto for her 2nd D release. Nikki's pirouette work and lines are just unbelievable, as you've heard us say so many times. It's definitely her strength. So the giant full to a double tuck here, and really the only deduction throughout the entire routine is right there on the step. Nikki goes 9-9 for her career high, I believe, on the event. Tiffany Tolnay up next for us on bars, and Tiffany really has begun to hit her stride in terms of this event and as an all-arounder. Beautiful high Jaeger there. Comes back for her 2nd D release, which is the bail to handstand. A little bit of a body position issue there when she catches the low bar. Good kip cast handstand. On this night, all of our handstands seem to be pretty good. Double front to a small step there on the landing, 9.85, but a very solid routine for the middle of the lineup. Carmen Pinckney on vault for Auburn. She's a sophomore from South Carolina. Does a nice Yurchenko full, chest a little down on the landing, and a small hop, 9.85. Katie Heenan, ranked 11th nationally on this event. Toe on and off to blind change. Beautiful Jaeger. Katie's amplitude on her release is really second to none. Beautiful bail to handstand for another D release. Most of the girls on the Georgia team have 2 D or higher releases, which is something the judges look for when they're separating routines. Double front dismount, almost sticks the landing, really fighting for it. 9.875 is her score. Kelsey Erickson in the number 5 spot. Starts with a toe on and off to handstand. So the first of her 2 releases, a big Tkachev, turns it over really nice. You want to see that thing turn over to where if she were to miss, she would be on her stomach. Another piked Jaeger. Kelsey getting ready for her dismount, which she has become so well known for. 2 giants into the Arabian double front. Almost sticks. Again, we're just short of sticking these landings, 9.875. Julie Dwyer on vault. Yurchenko half, layout front. Beautiful vault. Just a little hop there on the landing. She was freshman of the year last year, and she goes 9.875 here. Courtney Kupets, the best routine she's done all year. Her handstands are up throughout. Shapashnikova, overshoot to handstand. That's a D to D combination. This handstand, good handstand to hop full. Squares it, big Tkachev. It's another E to D combination. Another nice handstand. And then winds up for her double layout, which she sticks cold, 9.975. One judge gives her a 10. You can see it. I'm getting pretty excited about what I just saw there at the end of that routine. So on the bars, we go 49.475, which is our season high, and actually a high score of the year for any team in the country. So we head over to vault, and we're really pleased with where we are with our start. We've got to keep it going. Courtney Kupets gets us started off in the first spot. It's something we're mixing the lineup up. Felt like Courtney's score would hold no matter where we put her. She does her round off half on entry, the front pike off. You can see it's a great vault hop there on the landing, similar to the hop Julie Dwyer had, and she goes 9.875. This is Alicia Lenkiewicz for Auburn on the bars. She's a freshman from Colorado. There's a pike Jaeger there, very nicely done. Half pirouette. Giant blind and a double front dismount. Step there on the landing. A very, very good bar routine to get them started, 9.775. Megan Doolin in the second spot for us on vault. Beautiful Yurchenko full, little bit of pike down and a step there on the landing. 9.875 is her season high. So I think putting Courtney in that first spot really kind of helped set Megan up to be able to get a good score. And that was the goal, was to start off with one of our stronger vaults. Brittany Smith up next on vaulting for us. A three-time All-American in this event, sticks another one, 9.9. She struggled early this year with a groin injury, but has really begun to come on in this event. And we really need her to because of all the events. Vault is the one where we don't have a whole lot of depth. And as you can see, she knows exactly where that blind landing is and nails it for a 9.9. Kelsey Erickson in the number 5 spot again. Beautiful Yurchenko full, small step on the landing you can see there. This is her season high and career high on this event, 9.925. Kelsey's amplitude is bigger than anyone else on our team, and just that small step right there, a little bit of a pike down may have been the other deduction. Tiffany Tolnay finishing us off with her massive Yurchenko 1.5. Almost sticks it. Again, we are so close to being able to stick every landing on the first 2 events. Just small, small landing checks. The girls have really been working hard on that, and I think you'll see us improve that. Little shift back there with the left foot, 9.925. So at the midpoint, it looks like we're running away with it. We've got a 98.975, just a quarter-tenth off the pace for a 198 to a 98.05 for Auburn.
The Jim Dog Show is brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia. By McCarr Homes. McCarr Homes, built with passion for over 50 years. Brown Arrowhead Clinic. Arrowhead Clinic, Georgia's largest spinal health care organization. By Athens Regional Medical Center. At Athens Regional, we have a specialty. You. By Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we've got what you need. By the John Bull Stores of the Bahamas. John Bull, the shopping mecca of the Caribbean. And by Phil Hughes Honda. Phil Hughes Honda, the official car dealer of the Georgia Gym Dogs.
It's official. Honda Cars and Trucks have made history. For the first time ever, Motor Trend Magazine has presented a single automaker with the top 2 awards. The Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline are named the 2006 Motor Trend Car and Truck of the Year. The all-new Civic offers a new level of performance and design. And the Ridgeline, it combines toughness, a smooth ride with innovative features. See why it's not just a truck, but a Honda. Learn about the Ridgeline and the new Civic at North Georgia's oldest Honda dealer, Phil Hughes Honda in Athens.
With over 26 active communities in the Atlanta area, McCarr Homes is committed to providing superior customer satisfaction before, during, and after building your dream home. From affordable townhomes to luxurious estate homes, McCarr has a plan and a neighborhood to fit almost any lifestyle. A certified professional builder with over 40 years experience, McCarr Homes is built right where you want to be. For available home and home plans, visit www.mccarrhomes.com.
Ask Suzanne, brought to you by McCarr Homes. And this week's question is the team prepared for a weekend where you meet Kentucky on Friday and University of Utah on a Monday night? And the answer is, I don't know if we're totally prepared. We'll find out when we get there. But it's, you know, back-to-back competitions in a weekend is something that we've done very often. And many times we've benefited a great deal down the road by having these back-to-back high-pressure competitions. That's Ask Suzanne, brought to you by McCarr Homes.
Welcome back. Well, after a fantastic start on the uneven bars and then over to vault where we, again, had a great rotation, we're now on pace for a 198 or just under that. We're a quarter-tenth off that pace with a score of a 98.75. Suzanne, probably the best start we've had all year long in terms of the first two events. We're headed over to floor where we've really done well all year long, but we had some trouble in warm-ups with a couple of things. Talk to me about what we can expect on floor.
Well, before I go over to floor, I want to mention, too, Nikki Childs on bars. I mean, that was the routine that not only was it her season high, but it just seemed to put a spark into the lineup. She was in the second position, and her routine was just by far one of the best routines in the competition, and it really just livened up the team, and like you said, bars was just unbelievable. But going to floor exercise, you know, there's no reason we shouldn't have a great rotation here. We're coming off of vaulting, and teams like to go from vaulting to floor. Their bodies are moving. They got that adrenaline going from having just vaulted. So typically you can move over to floor exercise and really take advantage of that energy that you've got going. Let's see what happens on floor.
So we're on floor now, and Abby Stack, number 2 in our lineup. Audrey has already gone, and Abby is now in the top 25 on this event and has competed for us all year long on this event. You can see why. She opens with a beautiful piked full in, comes back in the middle with a front step out through to a double pike. Very, very difficult tumbling from Abby, particularly this early in the lineup. For a lot of teams, you don't see that kind of difficulty. Whip to immediate double full. She's working a triple full for her last pass and probably will have it in there hopefully this week in one of the two meets. Tiffany Tolnay up next for us on floor, or TNT as she gets called. Those are her initials, but it's a very apropos acronym for her. Very powerful athlete. She starts off with her big Arabian double front. Very well done. They don't get much better than that. Comes back in the middle with a front full to front layout for another 10th bonus. That's a C plus a B for 1/10 of bonus. Then finishes with a D level tumbling pass, double pike, which she did a lot better here than she had done in the weeks past. And Tiffany goes 9.9 on the floor exercise for us. So in the middle of the lineup, that's a great score. Next up, Lindsey Puckett for Auburn on beam. Lindsey's a freshman from Lilburn, and you may recognize the last name. She is the sister of Courtney Puckett, the former Auburn All-American. Starts there with her leaf series, and here comes her flight series. Flip-flop, layout, layout. And this is just one example of how Auburn has really increased their difficulty. Split jump to straddle jump to back tuck with 2/10 of bonus. Then she finishes with a round-off double back. Very nice routine. Lindsey goes 9.875. Courtney Kupet's up on floor. Courtney has now moved into the #1 spot in the all-around nationally. Beautifully done. Arabian double front, sticks the landing. Front full to front half to the Shushanova. That's going to be a Rudy probably here in the next week or so. And then she finishes with a double pike that she steps forward on, a little bit low on the landing, but still gets a 9.9. Really the only deduction that the judges could give us was the last pass. Julie Dwyer on the balance beam for Auburn. She's posted their highest score to this point on every event. You see another 3 series, flip-flop, layout, layout. Switch leap to a wolf 3/4. She has a little balance check there. Punch front. Another D salto. So again, their difficulty is much higher than it has been in years past. Round off double full, sticks the landing, 9.9. Really that balance check was the only thing wrong. Katie Heenan on floor, front double full to punch front pike. That's an E to a B, 4/10 of bonus there. And then comes back with a front full to front layout half. Then finishes with a double pike. Little step forward on the landing. She landed low. That's going to be a deduction. 9.85. Otherwise would have been a 9.99 or so. That's probably her lowest score of the year on that event. Kelsey Erickson finishing up for us on floor tonight. Again, we mixed up the lineups and did some things that we had not done all year. Kelsey puts the full in again short on those landings. We had several of those throughout the night. that we need to really work on. Front full, that's a very difficult pass, and Kelsey does it extremely well. Then finishes up with a double tuck that she does very, very well. Kelsey really strong on this event. We put her in last. We weren't sure if we were going to go or not. She goes 9.9. So at the end of 3 rotations, we are at a 148.35 to Auburn's 147.025.
Hi, my name is Lauren Folger, and I want to ask Nikki Child, how old were you when you started gymnastics?
Hi, thanks for the question. I was 6 years old whenever I first started gymnastics at Jones Gymnastics Academy in Boston, Massachusetts.
What do you do when you're involved in an automobile accident? When you're in an accident, you need to make 3 important phone calls. 1, call the police. 2, call your insurance company. 3, call to make an appointment with the Arrowhead Clinic. Don't take a chance with your health. The Arrowhead Clinic has more than 25 years of experience in treating crash injuries. And for your convenience, we specialize in insurance documentation, relief, recovery, results. Call now for the location of the Arrowhead Clinic nearest you.
The Georgia Gym Dogs are red hot. Hot team. Cool water. Melwood Springs, now available at Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we got what you need.
Hi, my name is Adrienne, and my golden moment in gymnastics is getting to compete in Cancun again after sitting out last year from an injury.
Welcome back. Well, floor was just a little bit lackluster, some low landings, and not exactly where we'd like to be this time of the year. Now we're headed over to beam, and the team has been very, very relaxed, and I think almost too relaxed because we're cruising so much through the first 2 rotations. I think floor should have gotten our attention a little bit, but we're headed over to beam, and things seem a little bit too loose. Suzanne, we go to beam, you know, what's your feel in terms of where the team is mentally?
Well, I think they're relaxed. I mean, usually we ask them to be relaxed. We want them to be relaxed, but I agree with you, maybe a little too relaxed. We've got a big lead. I mean, this is a considerable lead, and you're going over to balance beam with a lead like this, maybe don't have the intensity that we need to prepare for balance beam to be able to do this event to the level that we're capable of. So, you know, hopefully we won't have problems over here, but, you know, I agree. We're a little too relaxed. Let's see what happens on beam.
So we're headed to the last event, balance beam, with what you would think is an insurmountable lead. But you'll quickly see how the balance beam is known as the great equalizer and can always turn things around for you. Kelsey Erickson gets us started at her usual #1 spot, punch front wolf jump. She does that very well for her mount. Flip-flop layout, so she's through the difficult part of her routine, and then here we go. Switch sleep. A nothing skill for Kelsey, and she just falls off. That is complete lack of focus, 9.2. Nicole Barnett on floor for Auburn. This is a former walk-on from Cartersville, Georgia. Starts with a double pike, comes back with a double tuck. Nicole has really progressed under this Auburn coaching staff and learned so much over the years. Finishes with a front full and a front layout, and she goes 9.875. That is her career high. Brittany Smith on the balance beam for us. Brittany, this is really the first time she's been able to get back into the beam lineup. We need to get her going. We have some things that we're trying to get into her beam routine, so we knew going in that she was going to have a 9.9 start on this routine, which Had everybody hit, would not have been such a big deal. You see a switch sleep there to a double stag ring for 2/10 a bonus. But in light of the fact that we had falls, that 9-9 start didn't help us any. Wolf jump back tuck. We'll round off 1.5 for C dismount, which she steps backwards on, 9.675, and only the second time she's done beam. So we have one counting score that's really worth much, and it was only a 9.675, and here we go with Tiffany Tolmay. This was her first fall of the year. You see she came off on the punch front, just completely crooked. Lindsey Puckett for Auburn on the floor. Lindsey starts off with a front tuck through to a double tuck. Lindsey's a very powerful athlete. And it's very evident she's worked very hard this year. Whip half front layout to front tuck for her middle pass. Lindsey's in the best condition I've seen her in. She's from Lilburn, Georgia. Finishes with a double pike, another D, so again, their difficulty's getting better. 9.875. Nikki Childs on the balance beam. Nikki, typically one of our most consistent people on this event. Starts with a flip-flop layout. Things appear to be going along pretty well here. Does her switch ring for another D. We need somebody to stabilize us at this point. We've had 2 falls and a low score. We really need a hit routine here from Nikki. You can see Nikki's elegance on the beam, as in everything. She does a wolf jump to another ring jump. And here it is, a front aerial where the right foot completely misses. Fortunately, she's not injured. But we go 9.375, and now we've got to have 2 hits from our final 2 competitors in order just to win the meet. We've given away 1.2 of that lead that we have at this point, and we need some big scores to try to stretch it out again. Flip-flop layout from Courtney Kupets, and you're about to see why she's an Olympian. With all the pressure that's on her, having 3 falls ahead of her, just watch this routine. Does a beautiful switch sleep there. Punch front, maybe a little low on that landing, not anything major that you can really see. Switch sleep to gainer layout, and we take out the double back dismount and put the gainer full in there that she sticks. 9.925, and so we finally get that person that'll come through and kind of right the ship, so to speak. Julie Dwyer on floor for Auburn, opens with a big double pike. Julie's a very, very talented and powerful athlete. 2.5 punch front in the middle. That's a D plus 2/10 in bonus. And then a front full to a front pike. Last pass for another 10th in bonus. A great routine, 9.85. Katie Heenan rounding out our beam lineup. And again, if we have a fall here, we lose the beam. And Katie is a rock on this event. Good series there. Straddle jump to sheep jump for 2/10 bonus. Punch front, lands it very cleanly and very high. That's exactly the way you want that skill done. And then finishes with her round off double full. Sticks the landing, 9.9, and those 2 kids just pulled a victory from the jaws of defeat there at the end of the meet. Final score, as we barely hold on, 196.55 to 196.15.
Routine of the Week brought to you by Athens Regional Medical Center, and this week's Routine of the Week is Courtney Kupets on the uneven bars, where she scores a perfect 10 from one judge. Her average of 9.975 on the uneven bars. That's Routine of the Week brought to you by Athens Regional Medical Center.
I'm sorry, honey. I know it hurts. Oh, x-rays, they don't hurt at all. It's like a magic eye that looks inside of your body to see if anything's broken. This is where Hannah came to get her stitches out last year, remember? Of course, honey. Mommy will be with you the whole time. And remember, Mommy wouldn't take you here if it wasn't the best place in the whole world.
Athens Regional Medical Center, a passion for medical excellence.
Drop by drop, pure, refreshing. A trickle becomes a stream, flowing from the source. Refreshing, fresh, in the store or at your door. Millwood Springs.
Countdown to the NC2A is brought to you by Melwood Springs. And as you can see, Georgia and Florida hold on to the top 2 spots again this week, with Utah, Alabama, and Iowa State rounding out the top 5. And at the bottom, the surprise team of the year, Missouri, holds on to the number 9 spot. And that's Countdown to the NC2As, brought to you by Melwood Springs. Not a great performance, but enough to get a win and to help us improve our RQS. It's the kind of thing where you go into the 4th quarter of a football game and you've got a 5-touchdown lead and things kind of happen at the end that make the score seem a lot closer than it actually was. And this week we've got another much improved team in the SEC, probably one of the most improved teams in the country, in Kentucky, coming in Friday night for our senior night. Suzanne, talk to me about what we can expect in terms of that meet.
Well, you're right. Kentucky reminds me a lot of Auburn, both just having their best year ever this season. Auburn, I was very impressed with their athletes, their condition, their mental strength, the fact that they were able to hit all their routines. I think we can expect the same thing from Kentucky this Friday night. They're going to be a great team coming in here, the best one Kentucky's brought to Athens in a long, long time. And after our Kentucky meet on Friday, we've got to head over to Utah to visit University of Utah on Monday night. So it's a difficult, tough, competitive weekend for this team physically and mentally, but we're ready for the battle. We're ready for the competition. We'll see you next week with the results from Kentucky.
The Jim Dog Show has been brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia. By Makar Homes. Makar Homes, built with passion for over 50 years. Brown Arrowhead Clinic. Arrowhead Clinic, Georgia's largest spinal health care organization. By Athens Regional Medical Center. At Athens Regional, we have a specialty. You. By Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we've got what you need. By the John Bull Stores of the Bahamas. John Bull, the shopping mecca of the Caribbean. And by Phil Hughes Honda. Phil Hughes Honda, the official car dealer of the Georgia Gym Dogs.